Hello, YouTube subscribers. Today I just want to talk a little bit. I've got my interstellar music in the background on isolation periods that happen during spiritual awakening, how people will find themselves kind of losing their entire world, their friends, their family, people they have known basically overnight are disappearing. If you don't know what's happening, it's extremely frightening to people. They go back into the fear-based programming and they don't really get what's going on. And that's really easy to do. Unfortunately, that leads a lot of people to do a lot of research, to read a lot of things online, to read books they've never read from the library, to really go on this quest. And the quest is really allows you to do the inner work, the spiritual work, the soul work required to have the strength and to have the determination to not only awaken and enhance your own consciousness, but to help that body of consciousness that's becoming the whole human existence. And through these periods of isolation where you're going to find people you knew just don't come around no more, and you're walking through empty streets and people are vanishing. Basically, it's kind of like the Twilight Zone a bit. You don't even feel like you're quite alive some days. You feel like you're in a dreamlike reality. And if it kind of speaks to what's going on in our society, I mean, this a lot of scientists are saying now, even science, not just the woo-woo spiritual non-mainstream people, are talking about how everything is kind of a holographic projection and none of this is real. And they have the technology now to take an actual newscast and have someone speaking with probes connected to them and being able to manipulate what that person says and puppet their arms and legs so they can move however they want and do things in that reality to manipulate what that newscaster is saying. And that's incredibly alarming to me that that's being done. It could have been done for a long period of time. Who knows how long that technology's existed. Look at what I have with just some simple lighting and a background. I can manipulate the way I look. If I change settings on here, today I've got a bit of distortion back here because my lighting is not quite right, but so what, you can see what I look like. I can change so I don't even have a torso anymore. I can change my face, my body, everything. So if we're believing what we're seeing on TV, we're kind of going down a sketchy path, and people in mainstream do believe a lot of what they see. They believe what they see. They go with the propaganda, with the news media. They follow into that crazy trail of fear, and that's part of the program and part of how they want it to be. They want you to fall into the fear and the conditioning of what is, when in reality you should be thinking for yourself, spending time on the inner journey, not view it as social shunning, but view it as one of the greatest gifts a human being can ever have, which is finding out who they really are inside and finding out what the purpose of existence or reality and the whole scope of things is. People that are attracted to movies like Interstellar, which I've had students of mine that are, and some rare adults who talk about this kind of thing, who like Star Trek, who like Outside the Box, who've always been drawn to these realms. These are the people that are asking the deeper questions. These are the people that are thinking with their heart and not their head, and not falling in to these quasi-pseudo societal norms and roles that really have no bearing on our consciousness or our states of reality, and are contributing to our own suffering and producing more fear-mongering and keeping us out of the now, out of reality, out of our own happiness. You're responsible for your own happiness, but unless you do some research and you get empowered and you know what the heck is going on with your own body and mind and with this entire existence, then how can you ever have a real existence? How can you ever change anything? How can you ever help anyone else? You can't. You're stuck. So the alone time, the falling away of the structures of your life, the complete transformation, if you're too busy, this won't happen for you, is really a gift. It's a gift in disguise. And one of the key books that I really recommend people read, if they haven't read it, that really did help me on this, obviously Power of Now and The New Earth, Eckhart Tolle are huge, but Anita Moorjani's book, Dying to Be Me, which I picked up because my own father died, death to cancer, and in the book she's got a 4th grade sarcoma, but a lot of the stuff I kind of have gone on from talks about what she discovered when she woke up from this near-death experience, and she shouldn't have survived. She had this sarcoma who basically turned her whole body into pure cancer, and she went into this other reality form of pure consciousness, similar to the Jill Bolte Taylor experience, where she didn't have functionality on the left side of her brain, and they became what true consciousness is. Jill Bolte Taylor saw things in pixels, for gosh sake. She saw the Matrix holographic reality, which is all here, that the rest of us cut through with our flashlight of reality and see. But it takes these experiences for a lot of people to really look past the veil, the illusion of this reality and this experience that's suffering. Emotional suffering is far greater than the physical suffering for so many people, because you self-police yourself, you police others, and you fall into these patterns that are in the media, that are on TV, that are just these perpetual prison systems. And it doesn't have to be this way. When you view yourself as a self-empowered, universal being that's just having this human experience, you don't have to fall into these fear-mongering patterns of self-hatred and self-loathing. You're, I don't want to say above all that, but you've kind of risen to a different level of frequency in your consciousness where you just don't go there anymore. And those people that you were hanging out with, they don't come around anymore. And it's beautiful. And you can watch films like Interstellar and realize there's so much more potential to this reality, to this existence, if you just think outside the box and don't allow yourself to have the thinking done for you by outside influences or other people that don't have a clue about reality or the real point of living or what love really is on an unconditional scale. So think about these concepts today. Look into those books I've recommended and definitely see Interstellar. Phenomenal film. Beautiful film, beautiful acting. It's films like this that really challenge the whole system of things and make life a beautiful thing again, even amongst so much suffering and despair in our present system. Thank you so much, and keep up the good fight in this reality. Keep awakening people. Thank you so much, and have a great Sunday.